Ladies and gentlemen, today we're looking at the Raid's Uniques tier list. This is drops, I believe, that are specifically unique to any raid, including kits, catchies, pets. I believe there's pets on there. If you don't like what I have to say, you can comment about it down below. I will, at the end of the video, it will be littered with ad revenue for those that skip to the end to just see the results. Just because that way I get paid and you skip the content, so that way there's no loss on my end. That's about it. Is a disappointment a raid unique? It's not, but I don't see any barriers gear on here either, so it's an unfulfilled tier list, of course, but Anon has made it. Shout out to Anon for making another beautiful tier list. We're going to start off with the Cox uniques and we'll work our way down, okay? Starting off with one of the prayer scrolls. Which one's this one? Arcane? Probably. Prayer scroll. Let's have a look. The dark one's Arcane? No, the lighter one's. They have the same text on them. What a joke. Which one's... I don't know which one's which. The dark one... Okay, this is the Dexterous Prayer Scroll. This one unlocks Rigor. And this one makes you a lot of money. Okay, this is one of the most common drops from Cox when it comes to purple chests. It's the drop you do want to see if you're going to get a Prayer Scroll. Makes you a good amount of money. It's more profitable now than it used to be. I don't think anyone has a problem ever pulling a Dex Scroll. Even if it's your 10, 50th Prayer Scroll, it doesn't matter. It's like pulling an Armor Seed from Corrupted Gauntlet. You want the Enhanced Weapon Seed, but you're glad it's not a Weapon Seed. And because of that, this is an A tier drop because... No, we'll go B tier actually. B tier sounds more accessible because there are better drops out there. There's also worse drops on the table than this. It's better than one of the Mega Rares. But it is, of course, very common and at the end of the day, just another prayer scroll. Especially for Iron Man, once you get more than one or two of these, your Death's Coffer has enough money, you never need to touch it again. B tier for the Dexterous Prayer Scrolls. Then the Arcanes, on the other hand, Arcane Prayer Scrolls are E tier because they are annoying. They have almost no value. They're more valuable than they used to be. That's about it, really. It's the disappointing part of the drop. You get a Pearl, but you get an Arcane. Once you get your first one, you're kind of sad about it every other day until you get a decent drop. To clarify what the criteria is, though, are we looking at value of GP, value of the account, or what? Everything. Value of the account, value of GP, getting it in general as a drop, what it means for mains, what it means for Iron Man. Because at the same time, you can just buy it, right? So it doesn't matter, but just getting it as a drop, how rare it is, how happy you are when you get one, what it's like getting a second, third, fourth, and fifth, and then just my own personal opinion because I'm unbiased. Biased? Biased, maybe. Vigor is S, but you only need one for the account. Then it's just like, it's more money, right? If you're an Iron Man, it's just dead in the water money. Next, you have the Twisted Buckler. I'm not too sure on the value of the Twisted Buckler. I want to say anywhere between 11 and 17 mil sounds about right. Somewhere in that bracket. It's under 20 mil, it's over 10 mil, I'm pretty sure. Best in slot range offhand. It is excellent for a handful of content, but at the end of the day, bows are just better. Once you step into the territory of Bofa and T-Bow, this becomes obsolete even when you have a Dragon Hunter crossbow. Sometimes it's better just to wear the shield instead, the Dragonfire shield. 15.8 mil. Okay, that's not too bad. So as a drop, it's actually worse than the Dex Scroll as well, value-wise. Yeah, you're going to want one for the collection log, and then you're probably not really going to use it unless you're speed running with chins. We're going to go C tier on the Twisted Buckler. Very borderline useless item until we get a crossbow that is... I mean, you'd use it for the Zarek crossbow, you use Zarek crossbow for specs. So yeah, no, we're going to go C tier for that. I think that's fair. Then you have the Dragon Hunter crossbow. Dragon Hunter crossbow is... It has a similar problem with the Buckler, right? Because once you have... While the Dragon Hunter crossbow is better than the Bofa on Olm, there's no point taking it to Cox if you have a Bofa because the Bofa's better in the rest of the raid. It's not really worth bringing the Switch and then the bolts as well. It's got great value. What's it worth? It's got to be worth like 70, 80 mil, right? It's a very expensive piece of equipment. Very good on Vorkath. Very good if you want to be lazy at Vorkath. You can also use it at the Hydra. People don't, but you can. I was early group Iron Man. If it's what you've got, the best weapon, it's excellent in the Hydra. And it's a great just alternative. It's good for Drakes. It's good for anything that you want to do. All Dragon content that's ranged. Dragon Hunter crossbow is going to be A tier. It's also excellent value. 72 mils. That's a lot of money. It's beautiful. Din's Bulwark used to be garbage. Now it's even more annoying because it's if you're in the wilderness PKing and someone has a Din's Bulwark, just walk away, go find someone else, stop wasting your time. It's decent value. The spec is awesome for bursting. Yeah, people say it's good for tanking, but when are you fucking tanking? You're trying to find someone else to tank for you because you'd rather do DPS in general garage rather than tank, right? So, D for Din's Bulwark, although it is really good in Kree if you want to do a bow switch. Otherwise, it hasn't got a whole lot of value to it. Getting a Din's Bulwark, once you get, like, you would love a second Dragon Hunter crossbow because it's value. You don't really want a second Bulwark. Once you get one, you're moving on, right? Sorry. My background is moving. Ancestral Hat. Gained a lot of value recently. Might lose a little bit of value when Desert Treasure 2 comes out. Ancestral Hat is best in slot for Mage Hat. With the Twisted Kit, it is very fancy and it looks good. However, this doesn't have a Twisted Kit on it. So, it's going to go C tier because at the end of the day, most content you're doing, you're not really bringing a helmet switch unless you're really trying to maximize your DPS with a Shadow or a T-Bow. You bring a Missouri and hat switch then, but otherwise you just camp the Serp Helm. If poison's a problem, or you camp your Missouri helmet while you run through everything, your Crystal helmet with your Bofa. I take it and camp the hat permanently, but that's because I have the Twisted Kit. Otherwise, I wouldn't fucking touch it. You have 5 Bulwarks and 5 Bulwarks? No, thank you. Bulwark is a medieval riot shield. It is, true. Face guard typically. Yeah, exactly. Face guard or Torva helmet. Like, the helmet switch is a very... You don't need a helmet switch unless you're trying to push that extra time. Ancestral Robe Top. In my opinion, the Ancestral Robe Top doesn't exist. Haven't seen one. Never seen one. Wish I had one. So, it doesn't exist. If I had one, I'd be very happy. I would say it's A tier. It's the best mage top in the game. It has a lot of value, which might end up going down to... What is it? It's got to be like close to 200 mil, hey? But... B, because ARAMS is very close. Well, ARAMS hasn't really got anything to do with this list. While it is comparable to ARAMS, it is more damage than ARAMS. It does look better than ARAMS. Anti-Hat is worth a shadow. Yes, it is. Ancestral Top, however... yeah, it's just not tanky enough to want to compete with ARAMS in that aspect, I guess, if you would. 178 mil, goddamn, yeah. See, it's another drop where I would love to get more than one, but... I haven't seen one, so my bias will drop it down to A tier from S tier. Now, the pants. I've seen too many pants, okay? Too many Ancestral pants. 1, 2, I think I pulled 3. We have like 6 on the team, I believe. Do we have 6? No, we got 4 on the team. Maybe I pulled 2. We've got 4 in total. 4 pants, 1 hat, no top. Pants are good. Pants are great. Another great value item. They're pretty much in the same bracket as Ancestral Top, except I've seen them before. So, that's... They're going to go A tier. There's really no discussion. We have 3? No, we've got 4 pants, right? Surely we've got 4 Ancestral pants. How many have I pulled? Hold on. I've pulled 2. I thought we have 4. Oh well. Sit us. Even worse than I expected. Only 3? Bad luck. Okay, Dragon Claws. Great. If you pull Dragon Claws, you've hit the end game. Right? There's only one spec weapon that I think is more important than this, and that's the Void Waker. So Dragon Claws is... one of the best drops to get from Cox from any raid, regardless of value. Yes, there's more valuable drops, but Dragon Claws, who doesn't love using Dragon Claw specs? They're fun. They do damage. It's awesome. You just sit there, you claw them out, you move on. Even if, I mean, I don't like hitting 0s and 1s, but they're incredibly accurate. They're fun to use. They change the game for you almost instantly once you get Dragon Claw drops, even if you're just specking with it, which is all you're doing. So Dragon Claws are S tier. Everyone loves Dragon Claw drop. You could never be upset with that. Then the Elder Maul. Now, Elder Maul is the only Mega Rare I've personally ever had from a raid. I've never had anything. I've seen a couple of other Mega Rares, but I've never had anything but an Elder Maul. So I have a special place in my heart for the Elder Maul. Big donker, big boy. But it is crap. I wish it had better use. I wish it had a spec that would consub the Dragon Warhammer to make it a little more useful. But yeah, otherwise it's crap, unfortunately. So it's going to go D tier with the Din's Bulwark. D tier because I've got to give it some love. D for Big Donker, okay? Mr. Bingley, thank you for the 21 months. Wally, welcome back. Thank you, I appreciate that. And Jacob, welcome to the membership too. Cheekers and Noobs, you're a legend. Thank you, guys, I appreciate it. The Kodai butt plug. This might be a controversial take. What's the Kodai worth at the moment? Price, Kodai. Kodai Wander's worth 85 mil, so we're looking, this is about 83 mil currently. I'm going to put this down in the E tier. Okay? And this has nothing to do with Fergo getting only 2 purples in 30-something 24k C at Cox, and both of those purples were Kodais. There's nothing to do with that. Okay? 1, it's kind of just dying off as content, right? Since we've had the 4 what is it called? The 4-slot. Fucking what's it called? The 4-slot broom pouch. I think Desert Treasure 2 gems are going to make it even more useless. If you're an Ironman, you have to do Mage Training Arena to actually use it, which isn't that bad of a grind, but it sucks, right? It's annoying as shit having to combine it with a Master one that you've got to grind out. It makes it a chore. It is 85 mil, which is why it stays at E tier, but otherwise, like, it could have been a T-bow. Yeah, I wipe my tears with my Ancestral Elder Maul and double butt plug. Yes, of course you do. Alright, whatever, dude. And then you got the T-bow, alright? Now, the T-bow you would think is S tier, right? Because it's 1.4 bill and going up, and it's a great item, and everyone loves the T-bow, but I've never had one, so I'm going to be controversial here, okay? The miss was pulled one on 33 KC. Yeah, there's no debating it. T-bow is S tier, because if you get T-bow, it's GG, right? It's the best. Because of zeros, everything hits zeros. You say T-bow's A tier, but as soon as you pull one in your name, Charlie, especially if you're playing with Ironman, it's S tier. In fact, you know what? It might be A tier. Yeah, actually, it's A tier, okay? And do you know why it's A tier? Because this is where the demons come out. Because when you're raiding, especially if you're raiding with randoms, and you're splitting, and then they get the T-bow, let me tell you what happened. They just got a T-bow. That's all that happened. They just got a T-bow, and you're sat there up shit creek without a paddle. Okay, good luck on the split. It forces people to split. It forces people to lose their communities because people value money too high. And it creates toxic morons who just want to steal from other people and lose their friendships. Then you get ban evaders that sit there constantly trying to make new accounts to try and sneak into raids. This creates enemies, okay? And then people also resent you for getting it as well. So while it is great to get yourself, people will resent you for it. People will try to steal you for it, steal from you for it. And people also try to start hacking, scamming you at the Grand Exchange. So T-bow, not as good as it should be. T-bow same tier as Dragon and Crossbow. Yeah, but for different reasons. They're in the same tier for different reasons. Not everything in A is the same for the same reason, you know? Do you understand? Bowdrop will show you who your friends are. That's very true. Gotta be S tier, St. Dragon Crossbow, Stone Nation, and A tier. Yeah, but they're A tier for different reasons. That's the thing about this tier list. They're not all A because they're just A tier. They have their own reasons that make them A or B. You know what I'm saying? You understand? Because then you have the Olm Pet. Olm Pet is S tier. Okay? Olm Pet is S tier because have you seen that cunt stand up? This is what that guy looks like. This is what Olm Pet looks like when he stands up. Ready? He is the most chatted pet. Chest out, arms back, and he will walk around all day and he knows what the fuck is up. Olm Pet is S tier. Especially when you mix him with the dust, because then you get all the Cox pets. How is that not S tier? Some of the best content, like some of the best pets in the game. I know it's probably ridiculous that Dragon, Crossbow, and T-bow both in A tier, but they are for different reasons. Absolutely, I promise. Yeah, he definitely posture checks 24/7, and dust makes it better because then you get Tech Tiny, which is an amazing pet. And then the Ancestral Twisted Kit, this might be a hot take, but the Ancestral Kit looks the best with Twisted Kit. Ancestral Twisted is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love it. Why do you keep saying bug? Why bug? Only Olm is S tier, dust is dogging. No way. Are you kidding? I reckon the dust makes Olm better because you get all the different ones that look awesome. I think all the Cox packs look amazing. For sure. But Twisted Kit also, like, the Ancestral Kit looks way better twisted. There's no denying that at all. The teleport tablet is crap. Fuck that. Yeah, it's a great teleport, but sometimes you go dry and then it's like you forget you have it. It's pointless. It should just be on the talisman at this point. That's the worst take you've ever seen in the chat. Yeah, Vespular Pet is S tier. Vespular Pet is good. Olm's the most Chad compared to the rest of Olm. No, that's fair. The rest of the Olm Pets is the most Chad, for sure. What's up, Tanya? How are you? Fuck Chambers. Well, welcome to the Chambers. Well, the Rage Boss tier list, or the Rage Unique tier list. Dark Relic is huge. Dark Relic is B tier, because, I mean, yeah, they're great, and it's pretty much how you train your agility, but that's about it, you know? You get one. Even if you do, if you do well. If you can get two, when you do really well in the big point raid, that'd be really cool. but it doesn't scale. It's just one flat. It'd be cool if you can get more than one sometimes. That sounds a bit broken, but if you're doing a, you know, a 29 man scale raid or whatever, and you get a shit ton of points, why not up the number a little bit? Everything else gets up, so maybe that's just a hot take I shouldn't have. Pro Scroll is a free 45k, also a free waste of time. That is F tier unique. Garbage, garbage, crap. Double Santiago's Rigger, SMH my head. Yeah, it's different though. They're there for different reasons though, Alex. They're not both. I would be happy, like if I don't get a purple, I'm happy getting a Dark Relic. If I do get a purple, I'm happy getting a Deck Scroll, you know? On the inside, I have the same sort of joy. Purple, oh good, it's not an Arcane. No purple, oh good, it's not fucking Salt. Or it's not Lizardmen Fangs. You know? Similar sort of happiness. I think that's a fair statement, right? Kind of makes sense, of course. They're not the same, I wouldn't compare them. But, given the circumstances, sure, that's great. Absolutely. Next, we have the Avernic Defender Hill. We're stepping into the Theater of Blood territory now. Now, a lot of you guys haven't done TOB. A lot of people watching this video probably haven't done TOB before. They just lived through TOB through content creators. So, let me tell you something about the Avernic Defender. It's everywhere. It's great. It's actually gone up in value a lot since TOA came out. And it's honestly one of the better drops to get. And it's because it's so common, makes it so much better to get as a drop. Because what is it? It used to be worth like 13 mil. What's it now? Price, Avernic. We're looking at 80, holy shit, 80 mil? Are you sure? God damn, that is an S tier drop. God damn, that is up there. No way, 80 mil? Provided it stays around like 80, I thought it was like 40. Provided it's around the 80 mil mark, how could you not be happy with that? TOB technically is meant to be the raid that prints out the most purples in the shortest amount of time. On paper, unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. It dropped to just under 40 mil at its lowest. Did it? I thought it was way lower than that before TOA came out. TOA came out, went to 100 mil. 80 mil is insane. That's good, because that's what I bought mine for, like, years ago. Yeah. 80 mil is good. So, 80 mil makes it S tier, because it's so common as well. Which means, if you're going to get a purple, you're going to get the most common purple. Why get a press when you get an Arcane, right? Sorry, an Avernic. Then you have the Rapier. The Rapier, for some reason, keeps price. Rapier, hold on. 58 mil. Okay, yeah, so that's a lot of value. Yeah, Rapier's dog shit, because even as a weapon, it's crap, right? I've always been saying this. There's only two kinds of people in this game that want a Rapier, or that are happy to use a Rapier. And it's Ironman and women. That might sound sexist, but it's true, okay? Anyone that's a main account that's using a Rapier with a smile on their face, with a straight face all day, I guarantee you is a woman. They love it, because it's cute. I like to poke. That's it. Real men don't use the Rapier, and you know I'm right. You know I'm right, because it's a waste of fucking money. Even at 58 mil, 10 whip is infinitely better. Almost nothing is weak to stab. It's not even worth using it in Cox, because the Void Waker provides so much more value. The Sailor Blade, yeah, Sailor Blade, it's the same thing as well, to be honest, same category. But, yeah, Rapier is best for low defense slay monsters though. No, it's not. It's not. The Abyssal Tentacle is better than this for low defense slay monsters, because when there's low defense slay monsters, the Abyssal Tentacle is costing you 2 mil, not 58 mil. So you don't need to use this. I promise you. The value between an Abyssal Tentacle and the Rapier is so massive it doesn't matter. Void Waker's 158 mil. Void Waker also big spec. With the Rapier, you're basically on hormone therapy already. Yes, you're pretty much having a transgender deal for a cancer patient. Tentacle costs GP to use though. Yeah, it's like fucking 100 GP a whip, dude. You make that money back just hitting hellhounds and sell their ashes, dude. Abyssal Dagger is really good. Abyssal Dagger is really good too. Yeah, no, the low defense argument makes no sense in my opinion. Rapier is E tier. Okay, it's crap. It's not worth as much as it used to be worth. It's overrated. Iron Men love it. Iron Men will use it, but anyone with a brain on a main account, you're not using the Rapier, I guarantee it. As soon as the Fang came out, it died even more. Like, it was good during Next, and the Fang came out and showed us why Stab really is one of the worst attack styles in the game. Stab sucks. Until TOA came out, Stab was pretty much obsolete. And now that TOA is out, Stab still is shit. Then you have the Sangstaff, the fabled Sangstaff. In my opinion, the Shadow's great, but the Sangstaff is probably one of the most crucial mage weapons in the game, because it is a 4-tick, hard-hitting machine that only heals you when you're at full health. It'll heal you, but only when you're at, yeah, 90% health onwards. But I do love the Sangstaff. I think it's great. It's expensive to run, but it is glorious. The thing I love about the Sangstaff is, while it is expensive to run, it's not annoying to run like this Swamp Trident that needs Zora scales. Like, I prefer to use the Trident of the Seas over the Trident of the Swamp purely because I don't need to get Zora Scales for it. I just put coins in it and I can run with it all day. So Sang Staff is very good in my opinion. Great value, great weapon. I love it. I love everything about it. I would never be upset pulling a Sang Staff. What's it worth? Like 90 mil? Price, Sang... What does that do? 99 mil. That's beautiful. Sang a Kraken, you just had that for 100k. Yeah, it's beautiful, man. Sang Staff is awesome. Sang Staff makes solo CMs absolutely possible. I love it. I think the Sang Staff is great. I highly recommend buying one if you have the money. It's very good. Unless you have a Shadow, of course. Then we have Justicia Helmet. Justicia Face Guard is the most expensive piece, I believe, of the Justy outfit. I don't see why it wouldn't be. It's used inside Inferno. It's used when you're maybe trying to tank Nightmare, General Garage Door. Otherwise, Justy's, I mean, let's be honest, when you pull a Justy piece, you're fucking disappointed, okay? No one wants to pull a piece of Justy. The helmet's going to go D tier. Let me just double check. OSRS Justicia. What do we got here? Justicia Armor. It should give me the prices. Okay, they're all about the same. The body is actually 200k more in value, and so are the legs. Now, I'm a firm believer. Now, my opinion is obviously the best because I have 3 Inferno KC and 3 attempts, which means I've never died. I think using Justicia for an Inferno Cape is 100% valid and should be done. You absolutely should. If anyone makes fun of you for using Justicia, just remember that they probably bought their cape. And you'd rather be a Justy Cape owner than a cape buyer. So, I think the helmet and the body and the legs are all D tier because, I mean, maybe they're E tier. Justy Slayer Armor? I mean, yeah, if you're a Rune Dragon ult. Otherwise, when do I use Justy? I don't really use Justy because Pros Elite gives a better prayer bonus. But I don't... No, I use Justy somewhere. I fucking know I do. I can't remember where though. Maybe we'll make it D tier. Because I do like the look of it, okay? I do like the look of Justy. You're happy to get Justy once for the collection log. After that, you want to get back-to-back Infernox all day until you pull a Scythe. Just a meme because no content made for it. Essentially, no content is made for it, which sucks. To be honest, it really does suck, but it is super tanky. Mind-blowing seeing 1 out of 10 Inferno KC. Yeah, of course, you were there. It's true. But that's what we do. We make mind-blowing content here. Then we have the Scythe. The Scythe of Vitua. Now, in my opinion, the Scythe is better than the T-Bow. The Scythe is the most fun melee weapon in the game. You will never get bored using the Scythe because it feels good to just hit cunts with it. Scythe is S tier. And the Scythe is not as bad at attracting scammers as the T-Bow is. So I think that's good. It does attract people that might dip on you at the raid. But that's just the sacrifice you're going to have to make. Otherwise, the Scythe is just... It's the best weapon, for sure. I don't know how the Scythe isn't worth more. It's because it costs so much to run. The Scythe is expensive to use. That's why it counters the price with T-Bow and Shadow. If the Scythe was cheaper to run, it would be more expensive. It should pop off in Desert Treasure too, though. I'm pretty sure. Scythe is great. I love the Scythe. Everything about it, always. Vala Blood. Vala Blood is B tier. Because if you're not going to get a purple, you're going to want to get Vala Blood. Immediately, 1 mil chest. Without fail. Your chest is worth 1 mil the second you get a Vala Blood drop. So, that's your money for a non-purple. Then we have the Holy Kit and the Sang... No, that's the Dust and the Sang Kit. I'm going to do these together because I think the Holy Kit looks better on the Sang Staff. But this kit... I think... No, I'm thinking about how the Scythe looks now. Maybe I like them both in the Holy Kit more than the Sang Kit. I do like the Scythe more on the Holy Kit, actually. I used to like it on this kit. Then I realized that it'll look better with Blood Torva in this, but I think that it just looks way bigger and way more obnoxious with the Holy Kit on the Scythe. Yeah, I think Holy Kit's gonna go A tier, and Sang Kit's gonna go B tier, I think. I think that's the case. Blood Scythe is the jam. Yeah, I don't know. I like the Holy Scythe, though, I think a little bit more. I think... Nothing tops Blood Scythe with Blood Torva definitely, but I think I prefer the Holy one personally. The Holy Kit looks good on Sang, but do you reckon it looks bad on the Scythe? Really? I don't know. I feel like the Blood Scythe just looks. It doesn't look good enough. I think it should look better, for sure. Holy on Rapier is nice. See, I forgot the Holy can go on the Rapier. Holy Kit, Rainbow Boots, Scythe, Fighter Boots. Well, I was a Fighter Boots guy. You see, I wasn't a Rainbow Boots guy. I don't know. That's my opinion, at least. Anyway. That's my humble opinion, but who knows? With the Blood Torva, I think the Blood Scythe would definitely look better, for sure. Yeah, that's what I think, Fergus. That's exactly what I mean. Like, the blood scythe just looks the same, just darker, you know? At least with the holy scythe, it looks fucking, you can see it. If they could make it look bigger and more fucking out there, the blood scythe, it would be cooler, to be honest. I don't think it's obnoxious enough. But that's my opinion anyway. Then we have the dust here. Bloat best pet. So yeah, and also the Nilo pet. If you get the Verzic pet, Verzic pet's kind of like the B tier, to be honest. Like, it's cool and everything. I've had 2 of them now, but it's not as good as Olm. Verzic pet's pretty cool, but with the dust, the bloat pet's good. And also what you do is you have you set your dusted pet to Nilo. So it's the little grey Nilo while you're doing the Nilo room. And then it confuses the fuck out of the mellies. They're trying to click your pet all day. They can't do anything. So it's a good troll as well. If you take rainbow boots, you're a girl or you're a bot. A lot of people took rainbow boots when I was younger. Did a Hot Ones challenge last night and answered deep, meaningful cues with friends while our brain went wild, sitting on the toilet right now in pain, sued by the osrs content creator doing a live tier list. Love that for you, Love COD. Appreciate that. Zaba's pet does look good, yes. Bloat pet is fucking amazing, though. Now we'll move on to TOA, guys. The uniques from TOA. Now, this is going to get a little bit spicy because we only got 53 likes, which is disgusting. So if we can bump those likes up, maybe I'll take your opinions more seriously in the live chat. We got the white... What's this? The lily of the sand? Or some shit? Well, they're for Metaphyte Remedy. Now, I've recently learned that Metaphyte Remedy is actually pretty good for pre-potting when you're going PKing because it can help tick up your Cerebro if you're lucky and the timer pops off. Otherwise, to be honest, it's great Herbal XP, but they're fucking annoying to get. Like, it's shit. Can we stop? Can I lock this into place, please? For the love of God. Where's the fucking lock button? There. It's fucking moving around. Alright, yeah, this is going to be E tier purely because Herbal XP is good. Otherwise, no. Tier A is a raid in this game. It is. It's one of the raids of all time, for sure. Next, we have the Catchy of Runes. Catchy of Runes is... It gives a lot of runes, to be honest. It's like, well, you can get a good 1.5 to 3k runes from each Catchy. This is... I'm happy to get a Catchy if I'm not going to get a purple, for sure. Catchy is my B tier of the TOA. That's the Vial of Blood / Dark Relic of TOA. Because you do get a good amount of runes. It is a nice amount. Especially if it's Bloods, it's good. Catchy. Yeah, Catchy of Runes. Alright. Then we got the Missouri kit. This is the Missouri backpack, I believe. Looks amazing with Missouri. Looks shit with Crystal. Really easy to get. It's a 350. Doesn't take a lot of effort at all. Definitely 350. B tier. Looks good. Feels good. Nothing too special about it. Which one is this? Guys, that's Bubba. That's Akka. This is Zebak, right? No, that's for the shield. Right? Yeah, that's for the shield, of course. But you can only use it on the shield once it's upgraded, right? For the ward. You can't use it on the basic ward. It has to be on the upgraded ward, which is kind of garbage in my opinion. Because it gatekeeps you behind an arcane sigil. Doesn't really matter. Maybe it's better that way, then people don't just slap it on normal wards. But I would have thought you could use it on the ward, but regardless, the normal ward, because I can't use it on the normal ward. I'm pretty sure I've got one on my Gim account. I also don't think it's... I do think it looks good, actually. Actually, I do like it. A 425 also isn't very difficult to do. So it's going to go B tier as well, I think. I'd make it A tier if you could use it on the normal ward, if I'm honest with you. These are all the pet ones. And this one is for the Fang, right? This one makes the Fang kit. No, that's the Fang. That one's for the Fang, sorry. What the fuck is that key? Guys, what's this key? Is that the key's for the mask, right? The Missouri mask? I'm pretty sure it is. So this is for the Fang kit. Now this is gonna upset a lot of people, right? This is a hot take. The Fang kit is C tier. And it's lucky that it's C tier. Okay? So the reason that... Oh yeah, it's for the wardens. You're right. Sorry, I forgot you can do those pets as well. So the reason that the Fang kit is C tier... Hear me out, okay? You're gonna love this one. I don't believe that you should hide this at such a high esteem when you could pay people to carry you to get it. And people are charging 120 mil to carry you to get a Fang kit. 120 mil to boost you for a Fang kit. It's pathetic. It's a lot of dumb money for someone that... Yeah, it looks great. And that's the only reason it's C tier, because it looks fucking awesome. You don't like the color on the fan? I love the fan kit. I think the fan kit looks great. I think the way people get it by paying for it is cringe. And not only that, okay, it's just another Inferno cape. Okay, the Inferno cape is a ornament kit on the fire cape. And all it does is the person holding it suddenly feels like they have to tell everyone they're better than you. And they're not. Okay? Yes, not everyone with a fan kit is like this. I get that. But also not all... What's that? I won't say it because it's too controversial. But you know what I'm saying. It's an American saying about 9/11. Not all fan kitters are shit cunts. But all shit cunts are fan kitters. Okay? So... because of that ego alone, it's C tier. I think a lot of the time you might not be a shit cunt with the fan kit, but just know that, and you know, a lot of people with the fan kit are shit cunts, and they're annoying to listen to. We don't care that you got the kit. We don't care that you paid for it, and you won't tell anyone you paid for it. You'll just avoid it. The ego and the idea around the fan kit sucks. It creates a shit stigma, and I think you're also scummy for charging people to carry them for a fan kit. I think it's cringe, and yeah. Fuck you. I'm not a big fan of the black market though. So you can understand that. Next we have the pet kits. This is, I believe, Akka. Akka pet skin is honestly amazing. Akka is the only NPC in this game that looks human. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that, but with his face, he's the only NPC in this game that I've seen that actually looks human. He looks like he wants to die. He looks depressed, but he looks real. And I give him S tier because I think Akka looks awesome as a pet. Bubba looks pretty cool as well. Not as cool as Akka, and Bubba is a lot more annoying. Oh no, Akka's harder to get actually. Which is why it's more prestigious. Hands is shaking right now. Screw hands. What's this? How are you going to put holy symbol over Sankit? Oh, you'll have to listen to what I said to understand it more. The Bubba bones, I think, is A tier. Bubba's cool, but not as cool as Akka. Kefri's pretty cool, just sits on a pile of poo, which is hilarious, so that's S tier. And then you got Zebak, who is a flat boy. Yes, he is flat as well. That's right, Bubba, worst pet. You heard it here first. The Warden's one's also pretty underwhelming. I think Warden's is also maybe B tier. It's pretty underwhelming pet transmog, because the normal one's also Warden, so it's kind of like, you're just changing the way it looks, not the actual model itself. Tossum Khan, I don't care. He had Inferno Cape. He told me he'd find out where I live. Yep, that's it. I don't understand the concept of throwing money at something just to obtain something special, especially in some guys, I just died on the hardcore game. Not the hardcore Iron Man. Don't worry, race isn't live. I just lost a life on the game. That's cat? That's true. I did. I lost the life. The boy's not going to be happy with that. How? Well, it's interesting how that happened. I got 10 agility and I teleported to Lumbridge. And then I was like, I'll go to Draenor, and I was running to Draenor. And there's a mugger that apparently just beat the shit out of me. And I looked over just as my health hit 0. I nearly killed the mugger, apparently. So, yeah. I was AFK behind the tower, the castle. I had no idea there was a mugger there at all. It was a mugger death. I got mugged AFK. Jono was not going to be happy with that at all. Right. Well, we'll deal with that later on. Yeah, Jono's going to be fucking pissed, for sure. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. I mean, he's online, but he hasn't said anything, so he's either killed himself or he just hasn't seen it yet. Oh, no. Spam the chat so he doesn't see it. Oh, no. Alright, that means Jay's the only one of us that has not lost a hardcore game life. Yeah, that's true. But Jay also didn't fucking play, so that doesn't count. Alright, sorry guys to interrupt the tier list for a second, but... Yeah, I did just lose a life. We're sitting on 3 lives now. Yeah. There you go. Jono's asking what the forfeit is. I'll get 100k Karams. There you go. I'll get 100k Karam bronze for him. Which is toxic, because I was already going to get 50k. Unless I want to get something else. I don't care what the forfeit is. It's 2, isn't it? Because the other dude lost 1. Yeah, but we reset the game account because he lost the life really early. Fuck, I feel so bad. God damn it. Alright, we'll move on. We'll finish the tier list, and then we'll mourn later. Now's not the time to mourn, okay? Stand in the Lumbridge kitchen. No, stand in the Lumbridge dining room. That's safe, right? Nothing can kill you in the dining room, yeah? Alright, good. Okay, we're safe in there. Alright. Okay, back to the tier list. I apologize. Fossilized dung. Well, it's F tier, right? Because it means you're shit. So if you get fossilized dung, you're crap. And you should live with that. Don't forget it. Fang. A lot of people don't like the Fang because they think it's too valuable. Not valuable enough because it's too common. The Fang may have crashed TOA's market. A lot of people think that it is the bane of TOA purples. Now, as the weapon, the Fang is amazing, right? The Fang pops off. It's a great weapon in the game. But people don't like how it's not worth anything. It's too common. It's ruined the economy. So the Fang, I think, has to, by default, sit in C tier. Because it's so good. Am I lagging? I am. Oh well. So yeah, because it's so good, it sits in C tier. I dropped dung after morning coffee. Thank you for sharing that, Simdal. Appreciate it. And then the Shadow. Now, I think the Shadow is so fun to use. It's amazing. I don't have one. There's no ornament kit on it. Well, there isn't one for the T-bow either. The Shadow's great. I don't really have any issues with the Shadow. It's reasonably cheap to run, so it's a pretty decent item sync on the runes. It's awesome. I love using the Shadow. I think it's great. It looks like a baby rattle. It does. I think the Shadow's S tier. I don't think there's any denying that at all. It does create enemies. It kind of has the same stigma as the T-bow with creating enemies and people will resent you for it. But the Shadow's just more fun to use than the T-bow. It really is. Hits less zeros. Wonder what kind of kit you'd put on it. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, but it'd be cool if they could come up with a decent one. Same for the T-bow. But I think the Shadow is infinitely more fun to use. When you're holding it, it looks sick. It does. The animation is great. I think the Shadow is awesome. It's an awesome drop. I know T-bow's A tier, but my reasoning for that is 100% justified. And you'll see that when you rewatch the video. Dropper's account changing though. Of course, so is the T-bow. Absolutely. Kits to match the ancient spells. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. If they had a kit that matched Twisted Ancestry. Yeah, well, there was an idea of a Twisted Ancestral kit. Sorry, an Ancestral kit to match the Shadow as well, which looked pretty good. Now we have the Elitist Ward. It's kind of crap until you put the Arcane Sigil on it. I don't like it. I prefer the Arcane Spirit Shield. I know there's magic damage, but it's inaccurate. It's kind of shit. You can't use the kit on it. It's worth nothing. It's going to go E tier. I think until it's got the Sigil on it, it's crap for a drop. Not a big fan of it. Lightbearer, best of slot ring, best of everything, worth fuck all. So it's going to go... It's amazing everywhere, but it's just worth nothing. And you get them a lot. They're really common. So it's got to go D tier. It's like getting an Avernic Defender, but worth 1/10 of the price. So it's pretty crap. Let me use one of my 10 spare waste of space kits. Yeah, of course, why not? E, because you hate the feeling of getting a Lightbearer. Yeah, but I love the feeling of using a Lightbearer. I think using it is awesome. In-game, it is useful for everyone. Every account can benefit from it. And the more you have, the more you can take PKing with you. Otherwise, yeah, it's kind of like an Arcane. It's worth more than an Arcane, though. And it provides more value than an Arcane, in my opinion. Missouri Helmet. This is not the Fortified. This is just normal, because Fortified isn't a unique from TOA. Remember that. It looks like shit. Let's be honest. The design of normal Missouri Helmet is horrendous. It's terrible. But the offensive bonuses are great. They're best in slot unless you're using a Bofo, of course. What's it worth, the mask? Price, Missouri, mask. 14 mil. Right, so that's going to go C tier. Because it looks... No, it's going to go D tier because it looks fucking horrible. And it's worth nothing compared to the Missouri body. What's the Missouri body worth, boys? I don't think I have one on here. I do not. Price, Missouri body. Missouri body is 96... Woohoo! Excuse me. This is 14.9 mil. This is 96? God damn! That's insane. And it does look good. I do like the Missouri. I like the Missouri... the normal one more than the fortified, I think, if I remember correctly. Because the fortified looks like you're wearing a skirt. Maybe the pants still do. I like the Missouri type. I think it looks good. It's great. Unless you have a bofa, which is why it's a drawback. See, Ancestral doesn't have any drawbacks at the moment until Virtus comes out with using any weapon. But if you've got a bofa, alright, and you don't have a T-bow, you're not really going to use the Missouri. You're not going to take a Crystal Missouri switch, are you? So it's going to sit B tier. Because it's good, unless you're using bofa Crystal. Then it's just a drop sitting in your bank, or it's a drop going on the Grand Exchange. Same for the legs. Exact same, except the legs are worth... Price, Missouri, legs. I got nothing. What's it worth? Chaps is 70 mil? Down. Oh, there's chaps, that's why. 70 mil is good. We take it. I like some of the Missouri songs. What the fuck does he have to do about... Excuse me? Yes, thank you, Anubis. Appreciate it. Alright. So they're going to go B tier. The thread of Elitist is going to go into the D tier column. Because some of you might not agree with this, but a lot of people will. You go dry, and it's annoying as shit going dry on the thread. But it does give you the 4-ring pouch, which is awesome. The 4-ring pouch is perfect. It's game-changing. Absolute game-changing. Kills the Kodai. Unfortunately for the Kodai. Then we got the pet. I think the pet itself is probably on par with the top pet. I don't think either raid pet looks as good as the Olm pet. Absolutely not. It looks cool, but it's just really, like, I think the waters just look a bit messy, don't they? They look kind of... What is going on? It's like someone just kind of threw up and then molded something out of it. They look a bit messy unless you look at them up close, so it's going to go B tier. The design is just kind of there. Is the cut butt plug so low because of the shadow? Just treat it. It's so low for many reasons. How do you go dry? It drops like a 1 in 3 rate. People go dry, trust me, on the thread. They do, absolutely. They go dry on the gems too. But the gems, in my opinion, yellow is, of course, A tier. Because you can't use it outside of the raid yet. I have a sneaking suspicion that one day Jagex will let us use this outside of the raid to close the gap on difficult content later in the future. So until then, it is A tier because it's fucking perfect everywhere in the raid, but it's shit outside of the raid because you can't use it. Red gem is going to be the same, but B tier because it's only really used in bigger raids. In small raids, it's kind of just a dead item. Maybe it'll go C tier for that reason because then everyone wants to use the yellow Keris. No one wants to be the guy with the red Keris, right? Then you have the blue Keris. Blue Keris is great for Cowfight Queen, but I don't like the fact that the blue Keris is not best in slot on Cowfight Queen. Best in slot is still Scythe Full Inquisitors on Cowfight Queen. The Keris should be better. It should. The Keris should have a better spec. It should be buffed. Even with the blue gem, it should be buffed so that it has a chance to proc the spec better or something. It is underwhelming, unfortunately. But if you don't have a Scythe Full Inquisitors, it is incredible on Cowfight Queen. And because of that, it gets A tier. That's why it gets A tier. That is the Raid's Uniques tier list summed up, guys. F tier is just the crap you don't want to see. Except the tablet, you get it once, you go, and it should just not be a thing anymore. You should just have it on the talisman. So F tier is crap. E tier is also crap. Now the Arcane's there because it's the one drop you don't want. The Kodai is there because... What did I say about the Kodai? I said it earlier in the video, so you have to rewind and watch it, but it was justified immediately for being there. The Master Wand, like if you're an Iron Man, you have to go to Mage Arena now. It becomes a chore. It's outclassed by the Rune Pouch and the new Stepped upgrade that's coming soon. So where you use the Kodai, you're typically not going to anymore. Excuse me. Fergo got 2 of them in 23 KC, and they were the only 2 purples he got, which is also disgusting. The Rapier, the only 2 people use the Rapier, which is Iron Men and women. We don't care about either of those, so we don't care about the Rapier. Lily of the Sands is crap. Good Herbal XP, that's about it. And the Elitist Ward is also crap unless you put the sigil on it. D tier is just shit that you want to see for your collection log. That's about it. The Library does have good use outside of all these items. but it's not worth a lot. So once you get these drops once, you're pretty happy to never see them again as drops. C tier, pretty much the same except the Fang kit is because everyone's obnoxious and selling Fang kits is cringe and buying them is even cringer. The Fang unfortunately has lost a lot of value almost immediately, and yeah, that's about it. B tier is things that you would love to see. If you get a purple, there's no way you're going to be sad at seeing one. If you don't get a purple, you'll be happy to get a relic, you'll be happy to get Vial of Blood, you're happy to get a Catchy of Runes. Sang kit is in B tier because I don't think the Scythe is obnoxious enough. I think the Scythe could look even better, and it should look better. It doesn't look as good as it could do. It's too similar to the normal Scythe, so it's underwhelming in my opinion. And then the kits for TOA, they're pretty good. A tier. These are items that you'll be happy to get as a purple any day of the week. The reason the Dragon Hunter Crossbow is here is because it is so useful outside of the raid. It's useful on Olm, but it's not really worth bringing if you have a Bofa, but it's still really good on Olm. But outside of Cox, it is excellent on anything Dragon related. It's good for Drakes, it's good for Vorkup, it's good if you want to be lazy at places like the Hydra if you don't have a Bofa yet yourself or a T-Bow. Always does a good job. Very, very valuable, good drop, good money, you're happy with it. Same for the Ancestral stuff. The T-Bow is not S tier because it encourages scamming. It encourages people to want to scam you at the Grand Exchange. It's where people decide to resent you. It's where people decide to not want to split with you as well. And it creates enemies. Therefore, it creates a bad stigma and it goes in the A tier column. Holy Scythe. More obnoxious than the Blood Scythe. Therefore, it's better. Bubba is a crap boss, so that goes A tier. And then the gems are good. They'd be better if they were available outside of the raid or better in Cowfight Queen than the Scythe. S tier. You'll always have a smile on your face if you get S tier drop. Olm Pet is Chad. With the dust, many Chads. Twisted Kit, best looking kits in the game. Avernic Defender is so common and it's 80 mil. It's free money. Sang Staff is 100 mil and it's great to use. Dragon Claws are the perfect spec weapon behind Voidwaker. They're amazing. They're always fun to use. Scythe is always fun to use. Great drop, great item. Expensive to run, but it doesn't matter because you're always having fun. The dust for the Tob Pet makes Tob Pet S tier along with Akka sitting on Poo and Flat as Fuck Zebak. And then of course the Shadow is also an S tier item to get. That sums up the tier list there, boys. I'm going to hit save and we're going to load up the hardcore that is alive because I just lost the life on the hardcore game. So I'm sorry for taking up a bit of your time with that. That was a little bit disappointing. This is the easiest room in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy. It's huge. You got a big boy.